So I have my condensed milk, my regular milk, my butter, and my flour in there, just on a low simmer until the flour cooks, and then I'm going to add the green onion, garlic, and the cheese. So I got all the ingredients, the condensed milk, the milk, salt, pepper, flour, green onion, and the garlic in there. I'm just waiting for it to come to a slow boil. And then I'm going to transfer that over to this dish with the cheese in it, where I'm going to heat the bottom of it by steaming the pot with water underneath it, just so it doesn't stick to the metal. Okay. So I'm boiling the water over here so I can put this on top. So I can pour that and the cheese in there to mix the cheese through. It just prevents it from sticking from the inside of the pot that's directly on a burner. You'll never get a stick this way, so it's a pretty cool little trick in there. So what I've done is I put the cheese in first, and then I'll pour that on there once I see some melt starting to happen. Because I don't want to cool this down too much with the cheese. Even though the cheese was sat out on the counter to get to room temperature, I'd rather not lose my heat while I'm cooking. And as you see, the cheese is starting to melt. We're going to mix that all together, and then we're going to add that. As you see, we're getting a good melt on the cheese here now. This is the point in cooking when you decide, am I making macaroni and cheese or just like a stellar poutine? But stick to your guns, make poutine a different day. So in the meantime, I'm going to slice some of that ham up into cubes to go through the mac and cheese mixture along with these peas. So I've mixed the sauce in with the cheese now. I'm just blending it together very gently over the steam, and then we'll be stepping on to making the macaroni noodles. So I've pre-diced up the ham and the peas, and that's going to go in to the sauce after I transfer it over to a different vessel. So as the noodles are starting to boil, I like to keep the cheese on over the hot steam there, just to keep it liquefied so it doesn't coagulate before I get the chance to put the macaroni in. It just saves you a lot of headache. So I've added the macaroni in, and now I'm going to stir it through the cheese. And it's going to be delicious. So I've mixed it thoroughly through, but there's one more ingredient that I like to put in it. I don't know if you find it unorthodox or not, but it gives it a little zing, but you can't even taste it. That's a little bit of mustard. Just one of those should do it. And mix it through. So I decided I'm not going to bake this one with the crumble on top, just because it's so thick and it's delicious the way it is. So I'm just going to eat it like Kraft Dinner style out of the bowl.